Hello everyone. Today we are going to start a new playlist where we are going to discuss about the core concepts of the SQL. Okay, so in that, so since it's the first video, I'm just going to start with a very important concept in SQL, which is joins. Like how many joins we are having into the SQL, what is the use of joins, and how we are going to use it in the different scenarios, right? So I'll just start with an Excel sheet that what and all data we are having. So same data I'm having into the database as well here in MySQL. But first I'll explain it into the Excel and then we'll go into the database. Okay. Yeah. So here we are having two tables. Okay, one is customer and the other one is order. In customer, we are having customer ID, customer name, city, region, state, and country. And whatever customer have ordered, so those data we are having into this customer ID table. Okay, so it is like order ID 1, and in that, this customer 1, this Alice has ordered any product. It's just a dummy data. So it's just, they have ordered any product of these 250 rupees. Okay. So, what we are going to learn here is that how many types of joins we are having. So, let me just write it down that how many types of joins we are having into SQL. Okay. So, first one is inner join. Second one is left join. Third one is a right join. Fourth one is full outer join. Mostly it is present in all the database except MySQL. And then cross join. So we have these five types of joins in SQL, but in MySQL this full outer join is not supported. So I'll just explain about it that how it works. So let's just go through this the first one, this inner join. Okay, so how inner join works here is, so let me explain that how join works first of all. Okay, so join means whenever we are saying join, it is like combining the two tables. Okay, combining the two tables based on some column, some column. Okay, it might be the matching column, it might not be the matching column, but based on some column, we are joining the two tables. So in this case, what happens is we are combining the columns of multiple tables. It's not restricted to one or two tables. You can join any number of tables with each others. Okay. So it is like, if I'll go to the Excel, it is like that when we'll do any sort of join. Okay. When we'll do any sort of join, it will be like, uh, sorry, it will be like joining these column. So if I'll just copy this and paste it into the new sheet here, and then combining these as well. So it will be like that. So here, if you see here, right, the common column is customer ID. So customer ID is present here as well as it is present in this table as well, in customer table. So it is joining based on these table and these column, customer ID, and here the customer ID of the orders table. So it's like that. So here we had these many column and these many columns, this other column is coming from the order table. So it's like joining these two table together, but it's just the columns. So once you join with the columns, you'll get all the matching or not matching rows based on the joins which you are going to use. Okay, so generally it is based on some columns. Okay, so here in this sheet, if I'm going to explain about the inner join, that what happens is it tries to match the values from one column to other column. So what it will do is it will try to match, if I'll do the join between customer and the order, what it will try to do is it will try to match these customer ID if it is present into the order tables or not. So wherever these will be the matching, right, only those records will come into your complete query, in the result. Okay, so if we'll do this join, suppose I'm doing on the customer ID 1, so here also I'm having the customer ID 1. So corresponding to this one I will be getting this one record. So in our resulting set, okay, once we'll do the join I will get this record. Okay, similarly with this also, with 2 I'll be getting this 2 record. Okay, so let me perform this into this SQL workbench, and then I'll show you that how it works. Okay, so select star from customers. So the keyword for the inner join is the inner join itself. So you will have to write it down like this, and this is the second table. So it's like table number 1 and then the table number 2. So it will try to join this customer table with the order table. So how you are going to give those conditions, that you need to give into the on clause. Okay. So here what you can do is customers dot customer ID equal to orders dot order ID. Sorry, orders dot customer ID, right? Because that is the common column, correct? So if I'll run this, so here you see this one, two, this is coming from the our customer table, this till here, and then again the order ID 1, customer ID 1, this is coming from the order table, right? So it will have only those records which is matching, correct? So what is happening, so and one more thing, so here if you see, right, I'm just keep on writing customers dot customer ID, orders dot orders ID. If I want to write it here, only I want to select only customers dot customer ID comma orders dot customer ID and customers dot customer name. Okay, so I'm just selecting only these just to show you. Yeah, so here you see that from both the table I'm getting only those record where the customer ID is matching, correct? And then the customer name from the customer table. So when I started writing this, right, you might be saying that here this customers, again these orders, these long name I'll have to put it. So think about the scenario where you will have hundred of columns, where you need to fetch the hundred of columns from the tables like this. So then it will be like a cumbersome task to do it, right? So for that, what we used to do it, we used to give an understandable alias here. Either you can just give cust, or mostly you give this cust C, and for the orders you can give the O. Okay, so as soon as you give this alias C, so all the columns which is coming from the customers, you can have it as C. Okay, and all the columns from the orders, you can just put it as O. Yeah, so now it looks much better, right? That how, so again we are getting the same result as the previous one. So it's very important. These are like small nitty-gritty things into the SQL, but yeah, this helps a lot when writing a large queries, right? So 1 minute. Yeah. So here, so how do we know that how many records we are getting? So if you see, right, here we are getting so many records. So as I mentioned, in the inner join you will get only the common records. So if I'll show you here, select count star from customers and the another one from orders, right? So if I'll run this query, I get the count as 20. So I am having the 20 records into the customer tables, and into the orders table I am having 21 record. Okay, but if I just do the same thing here for our this record, correct? So I can run it and I can show you I am having only 20 records in this, in this table. I mean, in after joining these two tables, I am just having 20 records here, which means I am somewhere I'm missing some record, correct? So why I'm missing that record is because of that customer might not uh, sorry, that customer might not have that order placed, or that yeah, it seems like that. So we are getting only 20 records, right? And in orders we are having 21 record. So there might be some scenario where there are some record in the order tables which is not matching with the customer's ID, correct? So let's just see it into the Excel first, that which record it is. So here you see that all the records like ID1. If you see this ID1, 2, again I'm seeing it here, right? But if I show you this ID24, correct? So here this record, this ID24 is not present into this table, because in this one I am having the customer ID till 20, right? But in here I'm not, I'm having this ID24 in the orders table. So when we do the join, right? When we do the join, then this record won't match with any other customer ID in from the customers table, right? Similarly, if we'll see this customer ID 20, correct? If you see this customer ID 10, 20, here you won't find that customer ID 20 as well in this table, right? So for this record also, there is no match. So these two record won't come into our join result. So how you can check it? How you can check it is you can just put a where filter in this. So you can just put a where filter here, where c dot customer ID is equal to 20, right? You can just put it here, that customer ID 20. What are the results here? So if I'll run this, you won't get any record, correct? It means that in our result set we are not having that customer ID, right? And there is other way. If I'll just do it from the o dot customer ID, so as I shown you here, there, right, this 24. So again you won't see any record for this 24 as well. If I'll suppose if I put 19, o dot customer ID is equal to 19, we see one record, right? Whatever record is matching we can see it, but whatever record is not matching we can't see. So that's how inner join works. Inner join is like it's the common record present into the both the tables. Okay, so I hope I am clear about this inner join. It's just like the it gives only matching records from both the tables. Okay, so when you use this inner join, so I mean when you use this inner join, it's like that whenever you are completely concerned about the relationship between the tables, okay, that without one table's record, the other record shouldn't exist. In that case, we should use the inner join. That's for sure. But there are some scenarios like you need only the matching records. You don't need the other missing records wherever the data is not matching, right? It's like the bad data. So you don't want those kind of data. Then in that case, you can use the inner join. But wherever you have some doubt, like some of the records I want from one table, I want all the records, but I mean, I don't want all the records from the other table, only the matching records from the other table, but from the one table, I just need all the records. Then in that case, you might consider the outer joins. So I think in the inner join, that's it. But we can just solve some questions here with the help of inner join, or just to clear the concept of the join. Where do we need the join? So it's like that whenever you get any, let me just remove all this. Okay, so it's like whenever you get any question, so suppose you get a question here, uh fetch, give me give me the name of those customers who have placed order more than once. Okay. So suppose you got this kind of scenario. You got this question that give me the name of those customers who have placed order more than once. So now how you can think of that, here we need to do the join. So first of all, you need to know that which information will come from which table, right? So it is asking the customer's name. So first thing what it is asking is, first thing it is asking customer's name, right? So which will come from customer's table. That is for sure. But which customer name it is asking? It is asking only those customers' name, only those who has placed order more than once, right? So to get the order details, you need to query into the orders tables, correct? You need to query into the orders table. So here, without joining it, so if you look it into the question, it's just asking the customer name. But the problem here is, I mean, you have the customer name into the customer table, right? But you just can't filter it out only those name who have placed order only more than once. So for that purpose, you need to join it with the orders table. Correct. So with this scenario, you can just think of that. Yeah, here we need to do the joins on the customers and the orders table. Then how you are going to do that? So basically, if you want to describe these customers table, or you can just use some sample data. So if you'll just do the describes, right? So it will give you that what and all fields we are having into this customers table, and what and all fields you are having into the orders table, right? So here you see that customer ID is present into the both the table, right? If you, I mean, I mean, intentionally haven't put any foreign key relationship here so that later on I can just put some data, some bad data to show you all the results into the joins. But basically, what usually you will have it like you will have a proper relationship between these customers and orders table, and there it will have maybe this customer ID will act as a foreign key in the orders table. Okay, so here you see that, yeah, on the basis of this customer ID, I need to join these two tables. Okay, so now you have to think of that which join I need to do. I need to, I mean, perform here, right? But here, if you see into the question, it is asking only those customers' name who has placed order at least. That is for sure, right? And it is asking it is more than once. It means that those customers' data, it is mandatory that it should be present into the orders table, right? It is not like that it should not be present into the orders table. If it is not present into the orders table, it means that that person has never placed any order, right? But ideally, in the ideal scenario, it should be present into the orders table. Then only we'll consider that, yeah, this person has placed the orders table. So in this case, you can go for the inner join because you are sure that those customers' details will be present into the orders table. So customer C, inner join, orders O, as I mentioned about the alias, right? On to mention the columns, that which column we need into the join. So C dot, as I mentioned, C dot customer ID is equal to O dot customer ID, right? So here, if I'll run this, I'll get the result, all the customers, right? And in here, I need only customer's name. I'll just go step by step. So here you have all the customers. Now, what it want is group by, it wants only those customers' name, right? Only those customers' name who has placed order more than once, correct? Then it should be present, those customer ID should be present into this table more than once. Then only we'll consider it that this person has placed order more than once, right? So what we will do is we'll do that O dot let me do that C dot customer ID, C dot customer ID, and then count. Okay. So whatever I'm just doing this, I need to put it into the select clause, correct? This is the thumb rule of the group by clause. So let me run this. So here you see this customer ID 1 and 2. This is like having the count 2. Rest all are having the count 1. So it means that wherever we have count more than 1, that's what we want, right? So how you can filter it out only those records. So for that, for the aggregated result filtering, you need to use the having function. So here in the having function, you can just mention count star is greater than one. It means that more than once. Correct? So now you see this customer ID 1 having two order, customer ID 2 is also having two orders. But I want the customer name. So you can just put it here as a basic question. I mean, if it's a basic question, then you can just directly put it here and then you can run it. So you get this customer name, Alice and Bob. You don't need the count here as per the query. So you can just remove it from here and then run this. Okay, so you can get this customer name like this. So this is what I just meant to say that where I just wanted to convey this that where we need to use the inner join. First of all, how you can identify that here without join it won't work, or there is possibility that it can work with the subquery, but the most of the scenarios the joins works faster than the subquery. So this is how you solve it, and this is how you try to identify that where I need to use the join and what kind of join I need to use. Okay, I think this video is already pretty long, so I'll just cover only one type of join in one video. So please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get the notification whenever I'm going to explain about this left join, right join. And in MySQL, this full outer join is not present, but I'll explain that how it works. Then we'll explain the cross join. There is one more join. It's not like the type of join, but it has given a name of like self join. Uh, and it depends on the way we are using the tables into those joins. Okay. Yep, I think that's it for today. Thank you.